story about the reality of Squid Game. In a world filled with poverty and despair, there was a man named Gi-hun. Gi-hun was a middle-aged man, divorced, with a young daughter. He suffered from unemployment and mounting debts, living a life full of suffering and anxiety. One day, while sitting in a small cafe, he met a strange man dressed in an elegant suit and holding playing cards. The strange man offered him a chance to win a large sum of money in exchange for participating in a mysterious game. Driven by desperation, Gi-hun accepted the offer without much thought. Gi-hun arrived at an unknown location where he met a group of people in a similar situation to his. They were all driven by the need for money and the hope of achieving a better life. They soon discovered that they had become part of a deadly game called Squid Game. The game consisted of a series of lethal challenges where players had to survive each round to advance to the next. The final winner would receive a huge sum of money, while the losers faced a horrifying fate. The game began with a relatively simple challenge, where players had to remain still while the guards counted. Any movement meant instant death. Gi-hun succeeded in this challenge, but he witnessed the death of many other players. As the game continued, the challenges became more complex and dangerous. There was the colored sugar challenge, where players had to cut specific shapes from a piece of sugar without breaking it. Then came the rope challenge, where players had to cooperate to cross a suspended bridge without falling. As the game progressed, Gi-hun began to discover the human sides of his fellow players. There was Sang-woo, an old man suffering from a brain tumor who wanted to secure his son's future. And there was Kang Sai-byok, a young woman who had escaped from North Korea in search of a better life. Each player had a sad story and a strong motive to win. In the final round, Gi-hun faced his old friend Cho Sang-woo in a deadly final match. They had to fight to the death to win the grand prize. After a fierce battle, the game ended with Gi-hun's victory, but he was filled with regret and sorrow for the loss of his friend. After the game ended, Gi-hun returned to his daily life with the money he had won, but he could not forget the horrifying events he had experienced. He decided to use the money to help others and put an end to the deadly game once and for all. He began investigating the people behind the game and discovered that it was run by a group of wealthy individuals who enjoyed watching people suffer and die for entertainment. In the end, Gi-hun decided to reveal the truth about the game to the world and try to stop it. He started gathering evidence and investigating the responsible individuals. It was a dangerous and risky mission, but he was determined to end this torment forever. And so, Gi-hun's story ended, but his message lived on. The game was a symbol of corruption and injustice in society, and his story was a call for everyone to stand against injustice and defend humanity.